See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem. It's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again. See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem. It's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again. We light our fire, we'll find our way, and time heals all things a little day by day. Everywhere that I go, see the people I know, all the faces young and old. Let the spirits broken, hear the words unspoken, still more stories yet untold. And I'm grateful still for the sun that shines, spirit, heart, and mind so clear. And I'm finding ways, doing all I can to be bigger than my fear. And with every breath I take, I believe we are fire through the night. We're the light into the morning after. Through the wire in this fight, and from the flames we will soar forever. We will rise.
Test.
We will rise stronger together.
Test.
Faithful, ignite us.
Only I'm using the mic.
May our deeds still
Test.
and our words remind us, all for one and one for all. Now the road ahead may have just begun. We will leave no one behind. It's in times like these we learn to live. We are fire through the night. We're the light into the morning after. Through the wire in this fight, and
teaching message chat.
Test. Test.
We shall now hand over the MC duties Alumni and Care to proceed giving out the awards to our current teachers and reduce for next award recipients.
See it on our faces, hear it in our voices. Everybody hold tight. Ready, set, go. Picked up the pieces, all the memories filled up with our pride. Deep inside we know.
A little island upstream, a million voices, one dream.
Come so far, and now it's time to go. Shine your light upon the world. Go, shine your light upon the world.
Make it bright, everybody
Packing our beliefs, we're dancing in the streets, we're onward as one. Ready to go. Bringing the aces, taking us places we never could have gone. Now we're running the show. A little island of dreams, a million voices, one team. We've come so far, and now it's time to go. Shine your light upon the world. Shine your light upon the world.
make it bright, everybody say.
Light a spark of a candle, not a thing we can't handle. You could dream it, you could live it, you could have it all. Watch it turn into flames, passion burning the same. You know we gon' shut it down when the duty calls. Picture me this, all we wanna do is chasing the bliss upon the stars, making a wish, moving along from the days that we miss. Let the sun dry your tears, let your light put out your fears. Lion City, this a family for a few hundred
Yes.
years.
Mic test 1.
One life, one love, one destiny.
This is a female mic. That's why only male can operate. Testing.
Shine your light so bright for the world to see.
Through the rain, our hearts remain the same, yeah.
Burn bright through the night, yeah, you gotta be.
One life, one love, one voice, one destiny.
Shine your light upon the world.
Everyone,
Shine your light upon the world. Shine your light upon the world. Shine your light upon the world.
make it bright, everybody say. find our way. every breath I take, I believe we are fire through the night. We're the light into the morning after. Through the wire in this fight, and from the flames we will soar forever. We will rise, rise. We will rise stronger together. Grateful, faithful, ignite a spark. May our deeds define us and our words remind us, all for one and one for all. Now the road ahead may have just begun. We will leave no one behind. It's in times like these we learn to live. We are fire through the night. We're the light.
Your attention. Hello. Where are the? Sorry, my apologies. Where are the Sec 2 prize recipients? Sec 2 prize recipients, where are you?
Like the phoenix from the flames, we will rise up. Like the phoenix from the flames, we will rise up. Like the phoenix from the flames, we will rise up. Like the phoenix from the flames. We are fire through the night. We're the light into the morning after. Through the wire in this fight. And from the flames we will soar forever. We will rise, rise. We will rise stronger together. We're stronger together.
It isn't easy building something out of nothing, especially when the road ahead's a rocky one. But if we gather all our courage and conviction and hold our dream up high, the challenge will be won. So now we look around us and we see a nation built with love by you and me. A land to treasure right down to the core. Our home, our heart, our Singapore. Our home, our heart, our Singapore. Through many years gone by, we moved ahead together. We built a brave new world where we could shine and grow. And now we only have to look towards tomorrow to carry on the dream as far as it will go. Oh, so now we look around us and we see a nation built with love by you and me. A land to treasure right down to the core. Our home, our heart, our Singapore. as it seems. It all started with a dream, and our dreaming isn't done, 'cause the best is yet to come. Our home, our heart, our Singapore. Our Singapore. Ooh, Singapore. Ooh, Singapore. Our Singapore.
Mic test.
Raise your head to the skies.
Good morning, everybody. Speech day will be commencing at 9:20 a.m.
See
Thank
the
you.
fire in your eyes. Feel the yearning deep within. Take a leap and you will fly. With all the wishes that you own, make your dreams light up the sky. Home is where you're not alone, and our hearts will be together, echoing what dreams may come, walking tall in any weather. Time has come, bang the drum, 'cause tomorrow's here today. Dream away, take the world by the hand, 'cause tomorrow's here today. Dream away, come let's go right away, 'cause tomorrow's here today. Step into a brand new day. Tomorrow's calling out your name. When you know just who you are, you can stop, you are on fire. Looking up beyond the stars, fly the flag and raise it higher, and our hearts will be together, echoing what dreams make up, walking tall in any weather. Time has come, bang the drum, 'cause tomorrow's here today. Dream away, take the world by
Good morning, everyone. We will be starting the event shortly.
A very good morning to our distinguished guests, principals, teachers, parents, and Swiss Tofu leaders. I'm Shivani, and with me are my co-MCs, Jinghui and Espen. We will also be having other MCs joining us later.
It gives us immense pleasure to have you with us on this special occasion to celebrate our school's 60th Speech Day. Before we formally begin, a happy National Day to us and to our state.
For parents, teachers, and lower secondary students who are viewing this morning's event via YouTube Live, do cheer for the award recipients from wherever you are.
To access the digital copy of the program booklet, scan the QR code on the screen.
Students and teachers following us through YouTube Live can access the link shared in the Swiss Relay chat.
In the next 3 hours, we shall witness and give recognition to the students who had performed exceedingly well in 2022.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and show our warm Swiss welcome to our guests. Please be seated. To begin the event today, it is indeed with great pleasure for me now to invite our principal, Madam Mandy Cheng, to present her opening address. Madam Cheng, please.
Testing. All right, let me begin with my usual morning greetings. Good morning, Swiss. And also a very good morning and warm welcome to all parents, alumni, SAC members, ex-Swiss principals, and friends of Swiss. Today is a very special day for our school. It is our 60th anniversary speech day, and I'm honored to be here in Swiss as her 10th principal to celebrate this occasion with all of you. Throughout our beloved school's 6 decades of existence, many in our Swiss family, past and present, have in your own unique way contributed to the richness of our school's history. In our celebrations today, we want to honor our past by recognizing our people and our achievements. We also want to celebrate Swiss as the home of thoughtful leaders by honoring our commitment to lead with humility. There is a beautiful saying and wise saying I love from Mother Teresa that speaks to this mission. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples. Indeed, many individuals in our family has cast their stone, creating ripples of positive impact, whether big or small, with some extending far beyond our school walls. That's the power and influence of leadership, to be a force for good, to have the agency to advocate for positive outcomes for the betterment of others. I believe our school has always exemplified this in its history with the Swiss spirit of excellence over the years since 1963 when it was founded. As the school grows and matures, it was in 2012 that we articulated the thoughtful leadership vision with more clarity. By 2014, we had developed the Swiss Thoughtful Leadership Program, pulling together the previous vision of nurturing leaders who think, care, and lead in order to bring positive change to the community. We have continued on this journey, supported by a total curriculum. In 2020, we revised this total curriculum to make it even more future-ready. The total curriculum today is anchored on firm principles of student centricity, intentionality, and coherence, and with the belief that our students can become more aware through knowledge acquisition, act with an informed mind anchored by values, and be positive advocates of the change they want to see in their community and beyond. Just ask any of our students, and I am sure they will be happy to tell you of the trust and autonomy this school gives to them to advocate as thoughtful leaders. Do they make mistakes? Of course they do. Are we afraid of letting them make mistakes? Yes and no, because we value their learning whether they succeed or not. I am grateful how Swiss Honors is passed by recognizing and building on its strengths, but always keeping an open and progressive mindset to changes. And in this respect, the virtue of perseverance deserves special mention today, because without the perseverance of many who have studied, worked, and dedicated a part of their lives to our Swiss family, this school will not have kept these enduring values over the last 60 years. And on this note, I am very honored to introduce our guest of honor for today. He is Mr. Sadar Ali, and his life journey is a testament to the power of perseverance. I shall leave him to share more with us, so let us put our hands together to welcome Mr. Sadar Ali.
principal, guests and students of Swiss Cottage Secondary School. I'm honored to be here to speak to you. I'll be sharing my life story and things that I've learned as I went along, and I hope this can fit into your total curriculum system. As you can see, I am from the very old generation, before Second World War. I was born in 1939. I was 3 years old when Singapore fell to the Japanese forces on 15th of February, 1942. And for the next 3.5 years, till September 1945, 1 million Singaporeans then had to go through a very tough life under the Japanese occupation. Singapore was renamed Sionan To. The Japanese were ruthless in their management of Singapore. To stop looting, the Japanese arrested and beheaded looters and displayed the severed heads in the public. There were food shortages and households were issued with ration cards. Our staple diet was tapioca for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Tapioca was planted everywhere, including the Padang, where the National Day Parade will be held tomorrow. The food situation was so bad that my father and I would go out every morning at 5 a.m. to collect wild mushrooms to supplement our food supply. We had to learn the Japanese language, which was made compulsory for all. I went to a Japanese kindergarten, which was then at Bukit Panjang Primary School. It was not a happy experience. Immediately after occupying Singapore, the Japanese targeted the Chinese community with an operation called Sukting, purge in Chinese. All Chinese men between 18 and 15 years old were rounded up and transported to Siglap, Changi, Punggol, and Bedok to be massacred. Well, the British did some preparations to defend Singapore, like building the naval base in Sembawang and installing 15-inch coastal guns. Their primary focus was still on defending their own country, which was then being bombarded by Hitler. With these defensive enhancements, Singapore became known as Fortress Singapore. This led to the British becoming even more complacent and overconfident. They thought the Japanese would never be able, ever, to conquer Singapore. The British then sent their warships, their capital warships, HMS Repulse and HMS Prince of Wales, which were quickly sunk by the Japanese off the coast of Kuantan. Singapore fell to the Japanese within 7 days, on 15 February 1942. This was despite the fact that the British had a force superiority of 100,000 versus 30,000 Japanese. What is the lesson that can be drawn from this episode? Do not rely on others to defend you. You have to defend yourself. So the need for national service. Without national service, there is no Singapore Armed Forces. Those of you going for national service when you complete your O and A levels, you will pick up many skills in the SAF. And some of you may even want to make a career in the Army. We have one of the best armed forces in this part of the world, and you will learn a lot of things. The Japanese surrendered in September 1945. Singaporeans were happy to welcome the British. It took the British some time to establish the normal infrastructure, like organizing schools and so on. Many of my generation became overaged. I was fortunate to gain admission to Raffles Institution in 1954. It was then located at the City Hall MRT station. It was a wooden building. Raffles was a one-session school. I would proceed to the library after school, after my morning school, and then the whole afternoon I would spend playing games. I spent the whole from Monday to Friday playing games. I played hockey, football, and rugby, including badminton. I enjoyed playing hockey. I played for my first team. and we did quite well in the inter-school competition. Over weekends too, I spent a lot of time playing games with a group of people, fellow students from other schools. We would go to BT Secondary School, then located along Serangoon Road, because one of the players' fathers was the watchman there, and we would play there on Saturdays and Sundays. Our love for the game was so intense that we decided to form a team to participate in Singapore Hockey League's 3rd division. We had a 3rd division hockey league in Singapore then. I'm talking about a time in the 50s and 60s when Singapore had a golden period in sports. For the first time ever, Singapore's hockey team participated in the 1956 Melbourne Olympics. One of the players who participated is still alive, well over 19 years of age. He is teacher Ajit Singh. I left RI in 1957 after my senior Cambridge. I got a grade 1. My family could not afford to send me for further studies. I took the first job that came along, teaching. Meanwhile, I also participated in volunteering activities. I was a member of the Singapore Police Force Volunteer Special Constabulary, as well as a volunteer with the Malayan Royal Naval Volunteer Reserve, which was then managed by the British Royal Navy. The volunteer training took place on 2 evenings a week. It gave me the opportunity to meet all sorts of people. Concurrently, I attended the Teachers Training College for my certificate in education. I obtained my certificate in education in 1961. I taught for 5 years in a primary school and another 3 years in a secondary school, Monks Hill Secondary School. Swiss Cottage was then very well known. Some of my friends, colleagues from the TTC were posted to this school. In 1963, when Singapore became part of Malaysia, the Indonesian president mounted a confrontation campaign called Konfrontasi. As I was a volunteer with the Malayan Royal Naval Volunteer Reserve, I was mobilized in 1965 by the Royal Malaysian Navy. I then became a regular with the SAF and retired in November 1992 as a lieutenant colonel, having held staff and command positions. I worked for another 15 years with the Singapore Technologies. I'm now what they call a C to D ambassador, Commitment to Defense ambassador with the SAF Veterans League. My role is to share stories, what I'm doing now, about the early years of the SAF and the importance of defense and national security with students like you and others. If there's one thing you should take away from my presentation, it is that you should participate in at least one, if not 2 sports. Participation in sports will give you great satisfaction and will instill in you certain values like character and dedication to excel in whatever you do. You will quickly pick up and move on if you get setbacks. Setbacks are important learning lessons. One person that exemplifies all this is Shantine Pereira. She was not doing too well a couple of years ago, but lately she has done exceedingly well. And one of her messages is that do what you can control and focus on that, and you will do well. By the same token, however, you should always play to win. You don't play to lose. This means you work and prepare hard for whatever that you are undertaking. Adopt the attitude of resiliency and move forward with confidence. And on that note, I would also like to encourage you to attend an exhibition, a Founders Memorial exhibition that is ongoing now at the National Museum. I'm a host there. And this museum will give you an indication of the types of hardships and problems that our founding generation faced. On that note, I wish you all the very best on your 60th anniversary, and good luck in your future studies. Thank you.
you, Madam Cheng and Mr. Sadar Ali, for your wise words and advice.
As we celebrate our achievements for the past year, we cannot forget to express our deepest gratitude to all those who have contributed to the success of the school for the past 60 years. Let us now watch a special video to honor the collective efforts of 4 of our former principals, as well as our current principal, Madam Cheng.
I would like to wish a very happy 60th birthday to our school and to congratulate everyone in the Swiss family, past and present. The collective success of our school lies really in the efforts of all the students, the teachers, the alumni, parents, and the SAC, and also the wider community. And I really thank them for their service, their dedication to duty, and to making this such a wonderful place to be in.
In a way, is that kind of vibrancy in the school allows for different pupils to rise up to the occasion. I would think that being here to start the ball rolling is one of the things that I cherish. A thoughtful leader has to think through what they want to do, also think a bit out of the box, not to be constrained all the time. I think those are important areas that they ought to develop in. They can lead. They believe that they can lead without being constrained by failure and so on. To the current pupils, I would say that you are in this environment where so many years, 60 years of pupils have gone through the gates. I think you come with a rich history of right from the very start, where principals emphasize all-round development, to now thoughtful leader. I think we've moved along so far, so much. You belong to this group of pupils, and I wish you all the best, because being thoughtful leaders is not just within the school context. In your future life, you got to think about yourself as a leader in your own work environment, within your family, that sort of thing. I think those are my wishes for you.
Our students appreciated. I have to say that Swiss students are very intelligent. They appreciated our desire to help them to level up, to add value to their education. And they really rise to the occasion. So I have to say that we experienced many David Goliath moments together, why not from the students and the stakeholders. I think, what are the students' aspirations and dreams? The school cannot stand still. The school must always move forward. I think how the schools should move forward is to, of course, leverage on its people. And I'm sure the new school leaders, and the middle management team, and the teachers, together with the students, the parents, and partners, they're fully capable of charting in new and high directions actually for the school.
What I saw in a school is that a school must be a place where learning can take place anytime, anywhere, and students will seize the opportunity to learn from each other with whatever learning opportunity or activities that they are being offered. So that was what I was hoping to achieve. What I was looking for was then to see how best I can guide the school and lead the school to develop thoughtful leaders and make sure that our students, in a way, they will be developed into individuals who can take care of themselves, and they are very mindful that they play a significant role in leading the people for the nation. So the programs that we put in place were programs not just focusing on developing our students' character. It is also focusing on giving them the competencies and giving them a good mind to be able to make good decisions, to be able to be leaders of the future. We will be thinking about what we can do to take care of all of us.
I think the word thoughtful leader is very apt in terms of the way that we try to describe the ideal Swiss cottage students. I think the next step in which our Swiss students can take is to be able to step forward honorably as well as with humility, to be able to take that step and have that confidence of their own ability in order to contribute. So the current and future Swiss students, take a step out of your comfort zone. Be prepared to try new things, be prepared to learn, be prepared not because you want to be better than the next person, than your neighbor, than someone in your class or someone out there. Just take that step out so that you learn to be a better person tomorrow compared to who you are today.
I wish for Swiss to continue its progressive spirit and to always have that strong, hardworking ethos, to keep an open mind, to continue to explore new ideas and not be afraid of them, to also have the adaptability to manage changing times, changing environment. And last but not least, that spirit of excellence, that Swiss spirit of excellence that leads the school to blazing a path of glory for generations after generation.
Let us now give recognition to our 2022 Secondary 1 students. Let's welcome our Vice Principal, Mr. Chan Chi Wei, to present the awards to the 2022 Secondary 1 cohort. Mr. Chan, please.
We will now begin the award presentation with our 2022 Secondary 1 Scholastic Award recipients. Starting with the Best in Common Curriculum, we have
Art Book Prize, Ng Hui Xuan Carey.
Design and Technology Book Prize, Pang Shi.
Food and Consumer Education Book Prize, So Yarapa.
Best in Computer Applications, Trisha Kim Tan.
Best in English Language, Dao Tai An.
Alice Kok Yi Xuan.
Next, we have the Best in Humanities Awards. Geography Book Prize, Angel Ng Hui En.
So Yarapa.
History Book Prize, O Yu Hee Amelia.
Tan Mei Gar.
Best in Mathematics, Aisha Ariana binti Jazamuddin.
Noor Inshira binti Hamran.
So Yarapa.
Best in Mother Tongue Languages, Arabic Book Prize, Umar bin Muhammad Firdaus.
Basic Chinese Language Book Prize, Jovi Lau Jie Yi.
Chinese Language Book Prize, Ng Zijia.
Chinese Special Program Book Prize, Vishal Paranidaran.
Higher Chinese Language Book Prize, Tan Teng Min.
Higher Malay Language Book Prize, Cedric Katawi Jaja.
Higher Tamil Language Book Prize, MSK Padmasri.
Hindi Book Prize, Joshi Tanvi.
Malay Language Book Prize, Muhammad Amjad Amrul bin Muhammad Said.
Noor Ariana binti Muhammad Raihan.
Tamil Language Book Prize, Arumugam Eshani Vandana.
Best in Science, Aisha Ariana binti Jazamuddin.
Trisha Kim Tan.
We shall now present the Best in Secondary 1 level.
For Secondary 1,
First in Standard, Angel Ng Hui En.
Dao Tai An.
Alyssa Lee Mei Ai.
Second in Standard, Liu Kailin Jamie.
Oh Yuhi Amelia.
Trisha Kim Tan.
Third in Standard, Jovi Lau Jie Yi.
Ko Kai Sin.
So Yarapa.
Let us give a round of applause to our 2022 Secondary 1 award recipients for their commendable results.
Thank you, Mr. Chan, for giving out the awards. We shall now hand over the MC duties to Amy and Kevin in giving out the awards to our 2022 Secondary 2 Scholastic Award recipients.
Let's welcome our Vice Principal, Ms. Wong Wei Ling, to present the awards to the 2022 Secondary 2 Cohort. Starting with the Best in Common Curriculum, we have...
For Art Book Prize, Go Xiong Bo.
Design and Technology Book Prize, Cai Zhenming.
For Food and Consumer Education Book Prize, Wang Qi-en.
Best in Computer Applications, Amira Johan Hernandez Juvellano.
Best in English Language, Albie Furui Young.
Next, we have the Best in Humanities Awards, Geography Book Prize, Amabel Chika Han.
Ong Min Hee.
History Book Prize, Chan Si Tong.
Lee Eiling Claudia.
Literature Book Prize, LB Fu Yuyong.
Liu Jiayi.
Best in Mathematics, Darren Yap Shan Bao.
Matthias Liao Chun Hao.
Rajakumar Hariram.
Best in Mother Tongue Languages, Chinese Language Book Prize, Zheng Zishen Olive.
Ng Yuhui.
Higher Chinese Language Book Prize, Neo Bebe.
Hindi Book Prize, Raidunaga Jayendra Kumar.
Malay Language Book Prize, Muhammad bin Rayadi.
Nasha Amira binti Muhammad Shafiq Amir.
Malay Special Language Book Prize, Lee Tingwei.
Best in Science Book Prize, Avis Wong Shiya.
Go Chun Le.
So Kai En Elizabeth.
We shall now present the best in Secondary 2 level.
First in Standard, Arita Phua.
Chitra Arumugam.
Li Yiling Claudia.
Second in Standard, Avis Wong Shuya.
Chan Si Tong.
Ling Jiaming.
Third in Standard, Akshaya Naidu.
LB Fu Yuyang.
Shreya Moses.
Let us give a round of applause to our 2022 Secondary 2 Award recipients for their commendable results.
Thank you, Ms. Wong, for giving out the awards. We shall now hand the MC duty to Sadhana and Shravya to proceed in giving out the awards to our 2022 Secondary 3 recipients.
Thank you, Kevin and Ayumi. Let's welcome our principal, Madam Mandy Cheng, to give away the prizes to the 2022 Secondary 3 cohort.
Starting with the best in aesthetic subjects, we have
Art Book Prize, Charmaine. Art Book Prize, Charmaine Go Jiaxin.
Higher Arts Book Prize, Navarro Mercy Joni Anora.
Music Book Prize, Sofia Darija binti Iskandar.
Best in Crafts and Technology, Nutrition and Food Science, Jolene C. Jinghui.
Lo Junjin.
Smart Electrical Technology Book Prize, Jaden Ong Yi Chong.
Best in Computer Applications, Nur Shamira binti Muhammad Shairani.
Best in English Language, Hilary Key.
Lam Jingxuan.
Lim Jong Wen Sharon.
Best in Humanities, Humanities Book Prize for Social Studies and Geography Elective, Chia Gail Campbell Ovotivo.
Lam Jingxuan.
Humanities Book Prize for Social Studies and History Elective, Zhao Yunxuan.
Humanities Book Prize for Social Studies and Literature in English Elective, Wu Wanying Doreen.
Geography Book Prize, Hilary Key.
Lua Chutin.
Literature in English Book Prize, Nigel Ng Zheng Jie.
Best in Mathematics, Additional Mathematics Book Prize, Amelia Lin Pei Xuan.
Diwana Kong.
Mathematics Book Prize, Cheng Meng Temujin.
Kum Chakal.
Nitro Ong Kayong.
Principles of Accounts Book Prize,
Cheng Meng Temujin.
Wu Wan Yang Doreen.
Best in Mother Tongue Languages, Basic Chinese Language Book Prize, Tan Shui Ting.
Basic Tamil Language Book Prize, Mansur bin Sahu Hamid.
Bengali Book Prize,
Tasnima Islam.
Chinese Language Book Prize, Stella Ling Jiatin.
Sumaya Sia Yan Earl. Higher Chinese Book Prize, Zhang Shuiping.
Higher Malay Book Prize, Nurul Shahida binti Kamaruzaman.
Higher Tamil Book Prize, Raja Venkataraman Rakshana Latika.
Hindi Book Prize, Nehal Priyadarshi.
Pai Tanuj Gurdata.
Tamil Book Prize, Ramesh Lakshman Narain.
Malay Language Book Prize, Alia Umaira binti Muhammad Zaki.
Nur Izwa Quraisha binti Nur Azlin.
Best in Science, Nur Shamira binti Muhammad Shairani.
Science Book Prize for Chemistry and Biology, Hilary Key.
Science Book Prize for Physics and Chemistry, Braden Cha Zai.
Khairul Aiman bin Ismail.
Science Book Prize for Biology, Hilary Key. Science Book Prize for Physics and Chemistry, Braden Cha Zai.
Science Book Prize for Biology, Diwana Kong.
Science Book Prize for Chemistry and Physics, Kum Trakal. We shall now present the best in Secondary 3 level.
For Secondary 3, first in standard, Cheng Meng Temujin.
Kum Trakal.
Nur Shamira binti Muhammad Shairani.
Second in standard, Diwana Kong.
Jaden Ng Yi Chong.
Wee Sin Lin.
Third in standard, Ang Shi Ting Cheryl.
Heng Chandara.
Nitro Ong Kayong.
Thank you, Madam Cheng, for giving out the awards. Let us give a round of applause to our 2022 Secondary 3 award recipients for their commendable results.
We shall now hand the MC duty back to Shivani, Jinghui, and Aspen to proceed in giving out the awards to our 2022 Secondary 4 and 5 recipients.
Let's welcome our former principal, Mr. Sherwin Cheng, to give away the 2022 Scholastic Awards for graduating classes. To the 2022 Secondary 4 and 5 cohorts. Presenting next, the Scholastic Merit Award to the following Secondary 4 Express students who achieved 6 distinctions each in the 2022 GCE O-Level examinations. Scoring 6 distinctions, we have
Chua Pei Shan,
Lau Kai Chun Brandon,
Li Pei Hui Chloe,
Madhavan Merjushni,
Muhammad Samir,
Rajan Saran,
Ding Junrong Axel,
scoring 7 distinctions, we have
Andrew Nathaniel Tanubrata,
Wastu Mihika Saptarishi.
Brandon Yo Bin Hao.
Chen Zexuan.
Ganesh Murthy Pratyush. Ho Shujun.
Jolin Xu Kai Qian.
Ku Lüting.
Lao Zihui.
Lei Chun Kian.
Lo Ruiqi Rachel.
Nguyen Nok Kiet.
Ruel Tan Yuxuan.
Tiêu Yize Alfie.
Chuan Duan Dui Phuc.
Y Lock.
Yao Lok Yang. Achieving 8 distinctions, we have
Cheryl Chan Jasin.
Hannah Tan Shiting.
Kim Yong Jun.
Liu Zixi.
Nicole Lim Leqi.
Raja Sekaran Kritika.
Ramesh Ashwin.
Sung Sihan Samuel.
Wu Ao.
Zhang Hong Yang.
Zhao Xinrui.
Scoring 9 distinctions, we have
Actor Xavier Magdi.
Chong Min Xuan.
Mukundu Govindan Ramesh Babu Harsha Vardhan.
Eng Seju.
Suresh Smruta.
Presenting next, the Scholastic Merit Awards to the following Secondary 4 normal academic students who achieved 4 distinctions each in the 2022 GCE N-level examinations. Achieving 4 distinctions, the recipients are
Ang Jia Xin,
Chong Jia Bao,
Darian Yet Jieming.
Farisha binti Muhammad Samadi,
Gan Jia Jun,
Ivo Lim.
Is Haris,
Jaden Alexander Mahmood,
Kang Xin Zhi.
Ko Chin Sun,
Ng Jia Hao,
Raul, son of Muhammad Redwan.
Shane Tan Zheng Xuan,
Liu Jun Chao, Achieving 5 distinctions, the recipients are Callista Lee Shu Chia,
Chan Shi Le.
Dong Liu Yao,
Efa Marsha binti Muhammad Salim.
Enzo Kerb,
Go Ing Zhe,
Liu Shaw Yung.
Lim Zhiyin,
Nur Alia Nadira binti Muhammad Zaid.
Raiden Tan Hong Rui,
Tan Dejing, achieving 6 distinctions. Achieving 6 distinctions, The recipients are Ong Yun Hui,
Rana Rahul Thalguri,
Presenting next the Scholastic Merit Awards to the following Secondary 4 Normal Technical students who achieved 2 distinctions each in the 2022 GCE N-Level examinations. Achieving 2 distinctions, the recipients are Chow Kit Chung,
Fifi Alisha binti Rosrizal,
Iyad Farhan bin Azhar,
Tang Hoon Suk Fyon,
Achieving 3 distinctions, the recipients are
Braden Ng Zhengjie,
Ng Shu Yin Cheryl,
Presenting next the Scholastic Merit Awards to the following Secondary 5 Normal Academic students who achieved 3 distinctions each in the 2022 O-Level examinations.
Achieving 3 distinctions, we have
Bhuvaneswaran Shaktivel,
Matthew Anthony Stahl,
Let us give a round of applause to our 2022 Secondary 4 and 5 award recipients for their commendable results.
Thank you, Mr. Cheng, for giving out the awards. We would like to present a token of appreciation to Mr. Cheng. May we invite Freya from Class 307 to present her artwork to Mr. Cheng.
Freya's artwork, titled In Bloom, conveys the idea that every flower blooms in its own time, but as one, we can overcome the challenges and soar to greater heights. Thank you, Mr. Cheng, for receiving the token of appreciation.
Let's now welcome our very own Singapore NCC Command Band with the first performance of the day. The Singapore National Cadet Corps Command Band is the cadet force band serving the National Cadet Corps and Swiss Cottage Secondary School. Formed in 1967, the NCC Command Band is one of the most respected, versatile, and accomplished military music organizations in Singapore. The unique relationship between HQ NCC and the band began in 1999 under the guidance of then Principal Mr. Gan Chi Hao and then Chairman NCC Dr. Arthur Beng.
This partnership saw the active service of the NCC Command Band at a national level through the provision of musical support for various military occasions, such as the Singapore Armed Forces 9th Division Change of Command Parade and the Singapore Civil Defence Force Annual Parades, just to name a few.
This morning, the NCC Command Band will be performing a classic pop hit, Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Ashley. This international sensations lyrics center around a declaration of love and devotion. The phrase, never gonna give you up, is a reassurance of our faith, love, and commitment to Swiss Cottage Secondary School, no matter the circumstances. Audience members seated in the front row do not be alarmed. The drums will rather during the performance. Presenting to you, the NCC Command Band.
What a wonderful performance. Let's give the NCC Command Band another round of applause for their wonderful rendition.
We shall now present 5 Pinnacle Awards to these deserving students of the graduating cohort. The Best in Chemistry Award, the Swiss SAC Youth Sports Scholarship Awards, the Sada Ali Scholarship Awards to Secondary 3 students, the Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year, and the Rudy Mossbergen Scholarships.
The Best in Chemistry Award is awarded by the Singapore National Institute of Chemistry. The SNIC was established in 1970 as a national body for the chemical profession in Singapore.
One of its core missions is to promote the advancement of chemistry in the Republic of Singapore. The partnership between SNIC and Swiss Cottage Secondary School was set up in 2020 due to the good performance by Swiss students in the Singapore Junior Chemistry Olympiad.
The SNIC seeks to award the SNIC Gold Medal for the Best Graduating Chemistry Student for their performance in the graduating year.
Let's welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Sada Ali, to give away the Pinnacle Awards. Mr. Sada Ali, please.
Receiving the Best in Chemistry Graduating Student is Kum Trakol.
Next, we have the recipients of the Swiss SAC Youth Sports Scholarship and Sada Ali Sports Scholarship for Resilience. Swiss Cottage Secondary School is honored to share that Mr. Aslam Sada, Mr. Sada Ali's son, has pledged $10,000 per year for 2023 to 2027 to set up the Swiss Sports Excellence Award.
The Swiss SAC Youth Sports Scholarship aims to help promising young athletes achieve their goals in sports performance and serve to support outstanding young athletes to facilitate their pursuit of sporting excellence.
Recipients of the Swiss SAC Youth Sports Scholarships are
Chua Rei En Ralph,
Carissa E. Chen Si,
Onyate Yvonne Udas,
Raja Gahanayan,
Tyra Sia Wan Yu,
The Swiss Sada Ali Sports Scholarship for Resilience aims to help promising young athletes achieve their goals in sports performance and serves to support outstanding young athletes in the pursuit of sporting excellence despite the various challenges that they might face.
Next, we have the recipients of Sada Ali Sports Scholarship for Resilience.
Go Wee Young,
Carl Zander Delante Oraya,
Ku Jing Tong,
Kyo Chan Yen,
Santos Jacobus Estok Stolte,
Thank you, Mr. Sada Ali, for giving out the awards. We would like to present a token of appreciation to Mr. Sada Ali. May we invite Su Mio Woy from Class 1S1 to present her artwork to Mr. Sada.
Mioi's artwork titled Camaraderie shows a positive and inclusive environment where we feel valued and empowered to do our best. Her artwork also shows the importance of leading others with humility to foster trust, collaboration, and empathy. Thank you, Mr. Sada Ali, for receiving the token of appreciation.
Next, we are giving out the Rudy Mossbergen Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year award. This award recognizes the top male and female students for their dedication towards sporting excellence, as well as their contribution to the school in area of sports.
Let us invite West Zone 4 Cluster Superintendent, Mrs. Janice Koch, to give away the awards.
Rudy Mossbergen Award Sportsman of the Year. Wan Shafi bin Wan Muhammad Sani.
Rudy Mossbergen Award Sportswoman of the Year, Nurul Shahida binti Kamaruzaman.
Nurul Shara binti Kamaruzaman.
Next, we are presenting the Rudy Mossbergen Scholarship.
The Rudy Mossbergen Scholarship was first inaugurated in 2016 and is sponsored by the Swiss Alumni Association in the memory of late Mr. Rudy Mossbergen, who was the second principal of Swiss Cottage Secondary. The scholarship is awarded to our current Secondary 4 students in recognition of their all-round achievements in academic, character, and co-curricular areas.
In addition, the students have also demonstrated outstanding overall performance and are well recognized and supported by their teachers and peers. It is a prestigious award to inspire our current students to strive for continuous excellence. The recipients of the Rudy Mossbergen Scholarship Award are
Ang Shooting Cheryl,
Lam Jingxuan,
Ang Sintong,
Nur Shamira binti Muhammad Shirani, Thank you, Mrs. Chenise Kok, for giving out the awards. We would like to present a token of appreciation to Mrs. Chenise Kok. May we invite Charlene Ong Shishen from class 3S6 to present her artwork to Mrs. Kok.
Charlene's artwork, titled Lightening the Path, shows a fragile heart held by warm hands, symbolizing the support we need regardless of our path. The hands are glowing with the soft light of kindness and leading us with humility. Thank you, Mrs. Kok, for receiving the token of appreciation.
Next, we have a performance by our Swiss dancers. This dance, titled 1942, is about Singaporean war heroine Elizabeth Choi, who was caught and tortured during the Japanese occupation. This dance showcases the importance of resilience and synergy in the face of adversity. Let's put our hands together for the dancers.
Check. Thank you, Swiss dancers, for such graceful performance.
Let us now watch a special video to honor our former principal, Mr. Rudy Mossbergen. A distinguished sportsman, Mr. Mossbergen was a strong believer of all-round education. Besides academic and sports pursuits, Mr. Mossbergen mooted the idea of character building. He brought the school to new peaks from 1969 to 1975.
Mr. Rudy Mossbergen, the second principal of Swiss Cottage. He helmed the school from 1969 to 1975. A scholar, a sportsman, a servant leader. While simply put to describe Mr. Rudy Mossbergen, they are well thought through sentiments of one of his closest friends. Mr. Rudy Mossbergen was an excellent and accomplished man in many different domains. Almost in all prints, he was lauded to be an all-round achiever both in his career and in his private life. It is not surprising, therefore, we named the school's Pinnacle Awards after him. He was known to many as an outstanding educator, both as a teacher and a principal of several schools. He did not believe in shortcuts to success. He was determined to strive for excellence in all aspects of a school life. He held on strongly that the search for quality must be steadily and relentlessly pursued by both teachers and students. There was no miracle, but only hard work. We in Swiss Cottage today continue his legacy. Today, as we gather here to celebrate the school's 60th Speech Day, the name Rudy Mossbergen, while it is articulated, the man seems and feels so distant from us. However, he is really close to our hearts in school. He is the man that blazed the path of glory in the way he was familiar with. He has left us a legacy in the school song, which we sing at important school events and every Monday to mark the start of a new week. No Swiss student will leave school not knowing the school song. It was written by Mr. Rudy Mossbergen. With special care and attention to the lyrics, we can almost visualize the vision he had of the school and students when he wrote the song. Mr. Mossbergen envisioned that Swiss Cottage would be an excellent institution with glorious fame. This aligns to one of his messages written in the 1969 school magazine that we are determined that in the long run, the cult of excellence will become the hallmark of all our efforts and endeavors. Leaders after Mr. Mossbergen continued his vision and aimed to realize it with outstanding academic and CCA achievements. An interesting insight into Mr. Mossbergen: he was not trained as a musician. He had never received formal training in music and was a self-taught one. He learned through, in his words, spending many hours on different keyboard instruments, namely the piano, organ, and accordion. Through this self-learning process, Mr. Mossbergen was able to go on to compose many songs, one of which was our school song. Mr. Rudy Mossbergen was no ordinary man. He rubbed shoulders with many important people, such as President S.R. Nathan and President Dr. Tony Tan. He was a contemporary with President S.R. Nathan, and he was a former teacher of President Dr. Tony Tan. Besides being well known for his dedication in the education service, Mr. Mossbergen was also an outstanding sportsman. He was a hockey Olympian and represented Singapore at the 1953 Olympics held in Melbourne. On major public prints, Mr. Mossbergen was popularly known as the captain and later national coach of the Singapore hockey team, as well as one who supported profoundly the development of sports in Swiss Cottage, leading to eventual countless victories for the school. A strong supporter of sports, it is therefore befitting that Pinnacle Sports Awards in the school have now been named after Mr. Rudy Mossbergen. Swiss Cottage, therefore, owes the development of our sports enthusiasm and love for sports to him. In Swiss Cottage, we award the following Pinnacle Awards to outstanding students both in academics and in CCAs. First, the Rudy Mossbergen Scholarships for Secondary 4 students, and second, the Rudy Mossbergen Best All-Round Awards both in academics and CCA. This year, the school has also included a newly instituted Rudy Mossbergen Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year. Aspire to achieve these awards in your time in Swiss Cottage. Continue to live up to Mr. Mossbergen's vision of the cult of excellence. Before we end today's segment on Mr. Rudy Mossbergen, let's not forget the Swiss spirit he charted. In 1969, Mr. Mossbergen spoke of the Swiss spirit and he defined it as the spirit of dedication and devotion to duty, the spirit of service and sacrifice, the spirit of cooperation, and the pursuit of excellence.
Let us now invite Mr. Nigel Mossbergen, Mr. Rudy Mossbergen's son, to give a short address. Mr. Mossbergen, please.
Thank you. Can you hear me? I didn't know I was supposed to speak today. I suggested it to Serene. She didn't say anything, so I thought, okay, I don't have to speak, just give away a couple of awards. But anyway, you can hear me clearly, right? Good morning, Principal, Guest of Honor, Sada, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am the son of Rudy Mossbergen, or Mossbergen. And fun fact, I was a student of the school. And my father was the school principal for 1 year. In 1975, so Mr. Fu Tian Ong reminds me, my classmate? No, right? We played hockey for the school. I had come from another school at the end of, at that time, Pre-U 1. I needed a school to get to Pre-U 2. The month, I believe, was October or November of 1974. So I needed to start school on the 2nd of January somewhere. And one evening, my father says to me, you're going to school with me next year. I'm like, what? You are going to school with me next? I said, really? This is as much as I can recall. So I said, I didn't know what to say. I was as much surprised, shocked, and whatever. He says, you will come to with me to Swiss next year on one condition. Yes, Dad. That you will play hockey for the school. I said, yes. Oh, by the way, he put a hockey stick in my hand when I was 5 years old. Yeah. That's why he went to the '56 Olympics, and I didn't. I did play hockey. We did do well, as Tianong reminds us. At that time, hockey, Swiss. You know what happened that year? Sada is an old boy of RI. I myself have been old boy of SJI, so we are rivals. But at that year, when we were here, our hockey master and coach was a gentleman called Ko Boon Long, who some of us remember very fondly. A really good friend, and a good friend to my dad. So the condition was I play hockey, and we did, and we won the Bukit Timah division. We beat ACS and Whitley and all those schools. We were in Dunnan Road at that time. And then we went on to play in the nationals. We played in the finals. And we played Raffles Institution, and we lost. 2-1. 2-1. Can you imagine? But anyway, that's really my fondest memory. My dad is, as I mentioned to your former principal, who is a very popular man, I must say, Joan. He was an avid educator. He loved his school. He wrote the school song, I just remembered. A musician, a sportsman more than anything else. He believed that, I heard some words about excellence. Trust me, his mantra, growing up, he stuck it in his writing on a piece of paper, stuck it on my wall. So I had a hockey stick when I was 5, but this was in my wall in my house when I was 4 years old. And it said, "Nothing is impossible." And that's how I've lived my life. My dear mother is here, Mr. Rudy's wife of many, many years. My mother is 90 years young. So she remembers fondly the school. My son Ivan is here, Rudy's grandson. My daughter is away in New York. So I want to thank everyone for being here and allowing the family to come today. And I think I have to present a couple of awards. So enough talking from me. So keep up with the Swiss spirit. And as Dad used to say, nothing is impossible. Thank you. Am I giving away something? No? No, right? I'm just leaving, right? Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Nigel Mossbergen, for your inspiring words. We would also like to thank the Mossbergen family for their kind tokens of appreciation to the two of our award recipients, Emma Chi and Lo Tzu Si.
Let's invite Mr. Nigel Mossbergen to give out the Rudy Mossbergen Best in CCA to Emma Chi.
Next, we have the Rudy Mossbergen Award Best All-Round Student 2022 Sec 4 Normal Technical, Nur Shadrina Zakira binti Sharil.
The 2022 Rudy Mossbergen All-Round Student for Sec 4 Express, Liu Zixi. Thank you, Mr. Nigel Mossbergen, for giving out the awards.
We would like to present Mr. Nigel Mossbergen with a token of appreciation. May we invite So Se Lee Crystal from Class 3S7 to present our artwork to Mr. Nigel Mossbergen.
Crystal's artwork, titled Hands of Honor, conveys the ideas of support for one another and positivity. Shown by the hands and blooming flowers, this demonstrates the school's values of honor and humility. Thank you, Mr. Nigel Mossbergen, for receiving the token of appreciation. Let's now invite the Rudy Mossbergen Best in CCA Award recipient, Emma Chi, to give a speech.
One bad training does not make you a bad captain was a phrase told to me by Mr. Irfan that stuck close with me throughout my Swiss journey. This was the phrase that pushed me through my toughest times, and whenever I doubted myself, this was my reminder. Good morning, distinguished guests, principals, teachers, juniors, and my fellow batchmates. I am Emma Chi from Class 4A3 of the class of 2022, and it is my pleasure to be here speaking to you as valedictorian today. This is the first time I am speaking in front of a large crowd, making me excited yet very nervous. I must say, I am most honored to be given this opportunity to share my experience with you on this speech day. To be honest, speech day, while inspirational, I was never a key player. I was a mediocre student all along, never good enough to be an award recipient until last year. Last year's speech day was exceptionally meaningful. Seeing the batch of 2021 going up on stage to receive their awards suddenly inspired me to want to work towards standing on this same stage one day. While I had already successfully cleared my DSA interview to Nanyang JC, I didn't want to be regarded as someone who only did well in my CCA. I strived hard to ensure that I would do reasonably well in my academics. Changing habits is never easy. While I had the desire to do well, I had a lot of commitment to my CCA. I was spending a lot of time on floorball training, and my studies started to get affected. Due to COVID-19, our B division was delayed, and hence I was struggling to study for the mid-year examinations while training and competing. I was busy with school and the Singapore Under-19 floorball training, which I had to attend after school trainings. I started failing a few of my subjects, and I was worried since my prelims were not too far away. I cannot deny that I was really worried about my results. However, if I could do it all over again, I would definitely learn the importance of time management, learning to balance between my studies and training. Once B division ended, I focused on my studies and spent my time revising and studying with my friends. One of my most remarkable improvements has definitely got to be going from an F9 to an A2 in chemistry within a few months. It was through my resilience and hard work. Along with the guidance from my teachers and friends, I managed to improve my prelims and saw great improvement in my O-level results. Next, I would like you to walk down my Swiss memory lane with me. Lower secondary was definitely a time filled with many special memories. I remember first coming into Swiss feeling so nervous about entering a new phase in my schooling life, not knowing what to expect. Entering Swiss as a DSA student, there was definitely an added amount of pressure and a set of expectations I had to meet in terms of CCA and keeping up with my studies. However, with the support of my friends and my caring and supportive form teachers, Mr. Simon Wong and Madam Ong Yuan Shin, I managed to push through lower secondary and had a good balance between my studies and my holistic development. Transitioning into upper secondary was definitely not a smooth sailing journey. I think one of my biggest challenges was taking up the subject of O-level music. This was not a subject like any other, as our lessons required us to travel to another school for lessons or exams. The traveling to and fro from Swiss to our music center was time-consuming and mentally draining. I learned the importance of time management as I learned how important it was to set my priorities straight and always make the most out of the time I was given. I am very thankful to my friends who took music with me, as our never-ending support and encouragement towards each other definitely did show through our results. Thank you to Madam Chok for always guiding the four of us who took O-level music. I was then chosen to be the captain of floorball, something that I had always wanted coming into Swiss. I would like to thank my coach and floorball teachers in charge for the opportunity back then, as it really shaped me into the leader I am today. It was definitely an honor to be able to carry such a title and have the opportunity to lead a team. B Division was definitely one of the highlights of my secondary school journey. We went into the competition not having any expectations for ourselves and just wanting to do our best and cherish the experience. It was a tough journey that really tested our resilience and teamwork, and we managed to emerge national champions in the B Division National School Games. I still remember the adrenaline and joy when we rushed in to celebrate as a team. Throughout my journey as captain, there were definitely many moments where I doubted myself, especially on days when nothing seemed to be going right during training. The phrase Mr. Irfan told me always made me reflect and not to give up as a leader. Being able to bring Swiss Cottage their first national champions for floorball was one of my biggest achievements. It was such a memorable journey throughout B Division and one that I will never forget. All in all, I would not have been where I am today if not for the community in Swiss. I was shaped into a better leader through the many opportunities provided to me. And I am proud to say that I am also the current floorball captain in NYJC. Thank you to my form teachers, Madam T and Madam Tan, for their never-ending support throughout our O-level year. I would like to especially thank Mr. Irfan for being a teacher I can rely on whenever I face difficulties, be it academically or challenges I face in CCA. To my fellow juniors, it may seem that the journey from now until the end of O or N levels will be long and tough. However, find your community of friends to push each other on. Your time in Swiss with your friends and teachers will pass by faster than you know it. Cherish the moments you have with them today. I hope that my speech today will be a motivation to some of you and that all of you will continue leading with honor and humility. Thank you for your kind attention and have an amazing day ahead.
Thank you, Emma, for your speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I invite you to join us to welcome our 2022 Rudy Mossbergen All-Round Student for Secondary 4 Express, Liu Cixi, to present her valedictorian speech.
A very good morning to Madam Cheng, Ms. Wong, Mr. Chan, teachers, my fellow batchmates and juniors, and distinguished guests. I am Cixi, and I'm incredibly honored to be standing before you today as the valedictorian for the graduating batch of 2022. Today, I stand not only as an individual alumni, but as a representative of the talent, resilience, and unity that defined our graduating batch. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate all of my batchmates, present here today or not, for reaching the end of our secondary school chapter. It went by fast, just like how people around us said it would, but it was definitely worthwhile. While we embark on our own personal odysseys and chart our individual paths, let us not forget the juncture in time where all 200 of us were gathered in this very hall, enjoying celebrations and listening to assembly talks together. It has been a pleasure to grow and learn with all of you, and I'm grateful that our paths have a chance to intertwine. Swiss has given me a wealth of opportunities for personal development. One recurring event in particular is Speech Day. I have played various roles in the 4 speech days I attended in Swiss. Back in secondary 1 and 2, I was sitting on the floor just like my juniors here, watching lines of people queue up to collect their awards with admiration. During secondary 3, Speech Day was held live for the first time due to COVID-19 restrictions. This was when I took the opportunity to step forward and directed this event alongside my PMC members and teachers. In secondary 4, I became one of the award recipients I had once looked up to. And here I am today, standing on this podium, giving my valedictorian speech. My 4 years in Swiss have reshaped my perception of values and principles. I've learned that honor is not just a virtue, but an attitude to embody, and that humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. If there's one piece of advice I would like to give to my juniors, it would be a quote that Bruce Lee once said. Don't wish for an easy life. Wish for the strength to endure a difficult one. While striving to do your best in everything that you do understand that your best looks different each day. There will inevitably be days that are particularly rough, where the easy tasks don't feel simple. It is especially during these vulnerable moments that we need to be compassionate to ourselves and forgive ourselves for all the things we could have but didn't become. Like what the Victorian novelist John Eliot once said, it is never too late to be what you might have been. You just need to start now. At the end of this Swiss journey, what I wish for all of us to leave with isn't an impressive certificate or a lengthy testimonial, but instead, the sense of fulfillment knowing that your time in Swiss is well spent. In 5, 10, or 20 years down the road, it isn't these certificates that will open new doors in life, but rather the friendships you forged, connections you established, and the lessons you learned during your time in Swiss. I would like to take this opportunity to express gratitude to a few very special people. They have made my Swiss journey especially memorable and have played an integral role in weaving the tapestry of my development. Firstly, to Mr. Christopher Lim. Thank you for all the insights you gave me. I've learned a repertoire of leadership skills under your guidance. To Ms. Faith Wang, thank you for being my pillar of support during difficult times. Your enduring guidance and dedication will continue to inspire and empower countless individuals, just like it has done for me. And to Mr. Sherwin Ching, thank you for being the embodiment of what a true leader should be. We miss your charismatic school addresses and your good morning Swiss. To all future alumni sitting in the crowds, I trust that when it's your turn to bid farewell to Swiss, you will find your Swiss journey as fulfilling as mine. Thank you for listening, and this is Sissy, signing off as the valedictorian for the graduating batch of 2022.
Thank you, Cersei, for your speech. Next, Swiss Show Choir will be performing La La Land medley from the musical film of the same name. The opening number, Another Day of Sun, expresses optimism and aspirations, followed by the sentimental ballad, City of Stars. The uplifting Someone in the Crowd concludes the medley, celebrating self-acceptance and finding oneself in the crowd. Let's put our hands together for the show choir.
I think about that day I left him at a Greyhound station west of Santa Fe. We were 17, but he was sweet and it was true. Still I knew what I had to do, 'cause I just knew.
Summer sounded nice. We sank into our seats right as they dimmed out all the lights. A technicolor world made out of music and machine. It called me to be on that screen and live inside each scene.
Without a nickel to my name, hopped a bus, here I came. Could be brave or just insane, we'll have to see. 'Cause maybe in that sleepy town, you'll sit one day, the lights are down, you'll see my face and think of how he used to know. Climb these hills, I'm reaching for the heights and chasing all the lights that shine, lights that shine. Let you down. It's another day of get up off the ground. It's another day, the morning rolls around, and it's another another day of sun.
City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, there's so much that I can't see. Who knows? I felt it from the first embrace I shared with you.
Our dreams, they finally come true. City of stars, just one thing everybody wants. There in the bars and through the smoke screen of the crowded restaurants, it's love. Yes, all we're looking for is love from someone else.
A rush,
A glance,
a touch,
a dance,
A look in somebody's eyes to light up the skies, to open the world and send it reeling. A rat-tat-tat of my heart.
I think I wanted to stay. City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, you never shine so brightly.
You've got the invitation, you've got the right address. You need some medication, the answer's always yes. A little chance encounter could be the one you've waited for. Just squeeze a bit more.
Tonight we're on a mission.
Tonight's the casting call. If this is the real audition, you make the right impression, then everybody knows your name. We're in the fast lane.
Someone in the crowd could be the one you need to know. The one to finally lift you off the ground. Someone in the crowd can take you where you wanna go. There's someone ready to be found. Someone ready to do what you need to do till they discover you and make you more than move. You're seeing now, so let the stars align. I think I'll stay Someone in the crowd could be the one you need to know. There's someone who could lift you off the ground. Someone in the crowd can take you where you want to go. Someone in the crowd can make you. Someone in the crowd can take you flying off the ground. If you're the someone ready to be found.
What a wonderful performance by the Swiss Show Choir.
Now that we have presented all the scholastic achievements as well as the Pinnacle Awards of 2022, we shall proceed to recognize the good work contributed by our distinguished partners.
We will now present the Distinguished Partners Award. This award is given to external organizations and volunteers who have rendered dedicated service to our school for a sustained period of time. This year, we are honored to award several members from the Parent Support Group, School Advisory Committee, and Alumni Committee who have continuously contributed to demonstrate a high level of commitment and dedication to our school co-curricular activities. It now gives us great pleasure to invite our principal, Madam Cheng, to present the 2022 Distinguished Partners Awards to the deserving recipients. Madam Cheng, please. Presenting the Bronze Award to our distinguished partners for contributions to the Parent Support Group,
Madam Alexis Kam,
Mrs. Amanda Tay,
Mr. Paul Ng,
and Miss Penny Tan.
For contributions to the Swiss Advisory Committee, Mr. Sada Aslam. Presenting the Silver Award to our distinguished partners. Presenting the Silver Award to our distinguished partners for contributions to co-curricular activity.
From Singapore Scouts Association, Miss K.E. Mahalakshmi,
Mr. Muhammad Lukman bin Saib.
for contributions to the Swiss Alumni, for contributions to the Swiss Advisory Committee,
Mr. Chan Seng Fai,
Madam Lim B. Jean Alice,
Mr. Lim Fung Yi Danny, contributions to the Swiss alumni, Ms. Sazalina Samat.
Presenting the Gold Award to our distinguished partners for contributions to the Swiss Advisory Committee, Mr. Nguyen Van Vang.
For contributions to the Swiss alumni, Mrs. Mariati Sulamat. Presenting the Titanium Award to our distinguished partners. For contributions to the Swiss alumni,
Mr. Fu Tian Ong.
Mr. William Low Yun Fat. Thank you, Madam Ching, for giving away the awards. We have now come to our final segment of today's award recognition. The last award to be given out today is the Swiss Alumni Lifetime Achievement Award. Inaugurated in 2018, the award is given to an outstanding alumni who has contributed actively to the society and made significant contributions to the community at large.
The recipients will serve to be an inspiration for all of us Swiss students to strive to better ourselves and to give back to society whenever we can, long after we have graduated from the school. The Swiss Alumni Lifetime Achievement Award 2022 is presented to Mr. William Low Yun Fat.
Mr. William Low graduated from the Swiss Cottage Secondary School in 1975. He was the school prefect and vice captain of the school's soccer team. He then went on to study in the United States of America and achieved the Outstanding International Students Award. Upon his graduation, he entered the advertising field. Currently, he is a director at the Chancy Group of Restaurants and is actively involved in charitable work which helps 10,000 senior citizens. Mr. William is the vice chairman of the Swiss Cottage Secondary School Alumni Association.
His involvement with Lions Club is out of his concerns for the lonely elderly in Singapore. Without them, the prison Singapore would not exist. Hence his passion and hard work to contribute to the society. He aspires to be a contented person. His former principal, Mr. Mossbergen, who happened to be his teacher for general paper, influenced him greatly. His thoughtful teacher's efforts also allowed him to establish lasting relationships that played a role in his journey to success.
He has also served faithfully in the Swiss Cottage Secondary School Alumni Association for 2 decades. It is his way to contribute to his alma mater and stay in contact with his peers, teachers, and alumni. It gives us great pleasure to invite Mr. Low to receive the Swiss Alumni Lifetime Achievement Award. Let us invite Madam Ching to present the award. Thank you, Madam Ching. May we invite Mr. Low to address us. Mr. Low, please.
Good morning. Guest of honor, school leaders, parents, teachers, boys and girls. As I was driving to Swiss Cottage this morning, a sense of homecoming overwhelms me. I feel proud to be invited to your speech day and be a part of the celebration. I visit Swiss Cottage regularly for alumni meetings and activities and giving donations to my alma mater. This is like my second home. Boys and girls, please welcome yours truly home. Volunteering is not writing a thesis, which you need a plan on the number of hours you can commit and the number of service projects you can carry out. What is the slogan of the famous sportswear? Nike. Right, shall we all repeat together? Just do it. Boys and girls, you have seen your seniors who after graduation have returned to school to volunteer in helping out in the CCA. You can do likewise and join Swiss Cottage Secondary School Alumni Association. We're looking for young members to give us new ideas and initiatives to create more exciting activities for students and alumni. How do we know we have a passion for volunteer work? It takes 6 to 9 months to organize a large-scale event. We have monthly meeting for 6 months, then bi-weekly meetings, followed by weekly meetings the month before the event. And you must juggle your volunteer work with your family and friends and career. This is when you find yourself feeling stretched and tell yourself, after this project, you may not want to volunteer anymore. For me, when I see the smiles on the faces of the students and alumni at the end of our school activities, and the smiles on lonely elderly faces from Lions Befrienders at the end of charity events, that is the greatest reward I have always been looking forward to. 3 days after school activity or charity event is over, I find myself asking, when is the next project? When do we have the first kickoff meeting? And you went on and on, project after project, events after events. That's when you will learn that you are passionate about volunteer work, and I've been doing that for the past 20 years. We have other old boys and girls who are members of Swiss Alumni Association joining us here today. Please be upstanding and be recognized. My fellow old boys, old girls. Next, why do we study hard and get a degree? Because there are more options open to us. I can never forget my university professor in Oregon, USA. During summer vacations, he loved to drive a taxi in Hawaii. Not so much for the income, but more to interact with the tourists from all over the world, to learn about their different cultures and lifestyles. After 2 months being a taxi driver, he returns to University of Oregon as a professor. Don't you love to have such great options where you can teach university and have the leisure time to drive a cab during summer holidays and be a beach bum? If your answer is yes, then rev up your engine and start studying hard for the next 3 months to get the best results you can achieve. All the best to your O and N level exams at the end of this year. If I may borrow a quote from Star Wars, may the Force be with you. Thank you and have a beautiful day.
Thank you, Mr. Low, for the inspiring and insightful speech.
Let us invite Madam Cheng to give her closing remarks for the event. Madam Cheng, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, I must thank all of you for really being wonderful audience today. As we come up to a close of today's celebration, I can't tell you how much I'm filled with gratitude and pride for this school, and also, very, very heartened at how today we have really come together like a family reunion. It feels like a family reunion. Our success and growth as a school would not have been possible really without the unwavering support of our dedicated staff, committed SAC and alumni, and helpful friends. I especially would like, for today's occasion, thank our guest of honor, Mr. Sada Ali, and the Mossbergen family for gracing today's celebrations. To all my Swiss students, there's half of you seated here in the hall. There's another half who are joined with us in spirit in the classrooms and also having a celebration in their own way. I want to let you know, on behalf of all your teachers, on behalf of all of the alumni and partners of the school, how very, very proud we are of each and every one of you. Your passion, your resilience, your perseverance continue to help us as educators and parents stay inspired and stay rooted to our mission to nurture and grow all of you to become the best versions of yourself. As you continue to move forward in life, may you make ripples of positive impact both within our school community and in the wider world. Last but not least, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to every individual in the organizing team for today's event. Without you, today's celebration would not have been so smooth and so enjoyable and memorable. Can we all give a big round of applause to the organizing team, please? And so, it just leaves me to say another big, big thank you, everyone. And I wish you all a very, very good National Day holiday ahead.
Thank you, Madam Cheng.
Before we adjourn to reception, let us all stand at attention for the school song.
Thank you, and please be seated again. We have now come to the end of the school's 60th Speech Day. Before we close the event today, we would like to inform you that there are 3 photo booths set up to capture your memory of today's event as a keepsake.
The photo booths are placed in the hall next to the pond as well as in the sale room for our invited guests.
Finally, we will now close today's event by inviting our distinguished guests, principals, and teachers to the reception at the sale room. May we now invite the guests and principals to take your leave.
All award recipients from the graduated cohort of 2022, please remain behind to take a group photo at the front of the hall.
Thank you, Swiss students, for your active participation, and Swiss parents for watching and supporting us and your child through YouTube.
Have a restful and joyous National Day holiday. Goodbye, and we'll see each other again in 2024.
All right. Okay, the Sec 3, 4, and 5 students. All right, I need your help to keep the chairs. Okay, another reminder